Anyway, listen. This dude is really, really fucking young, and I've been following his shit for a while now. Very, very. He's going to a very dark place. Okay, I mean, he is. He's going to a very dark place with like how fucking toxic he is, how incredibly fucking toxic his fan base is. The first time I ever heard about this, the first time I ever heard about him was on one of those videos.
She's
on one of those videos where who was it? Someone was talking about like toxic fan bases basically, or like becoming like lolcows or whatever. And honestly, like, it's a weird thing. I feel like Aiden Ross was going down that path as well, but like never to this degree. And Aiden has like kind of switched it around a little bit, whereas this dude is just like completely leaning into it.
On top of the thing.
10 seconds
left. 10 seconds. On your left.
Fuck, man! Yo, man, dog, man. Come on, bro.
Man, you gotta hit.
Like, getting tilted is one thing, and he gets like super, super tilted. Okay, from what I understand, he just like sucks and gets super fucking tilted. And then like he just loses his mind all the time. Like, I've seen compilations of him like literally fucking like crying and shit on camera. And yeah, the "Who Gonna Stop Me" clip was probably what got him banned off Twitch as well.
Those shots,
man, shut your stupid ass up, nigga. Who's you talking to, bro? Shut your nerd ass up, bro. I know how to play this game. Shut up, monkey. Shut up. Shut your bitch ass up. All right.
You're at the
All right.
Calm down.
Damn, bro, shut up, bro. I know how to play this game. I'm not a noob, all right? God damn.
You don't know how to play the fucking game.
What? What, bitch? Bitch? Is a bitch talking to me? Is a female talking to me? Am I? No. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Oh, wait, time out. Is a female talking to me right?
I mean, this is like such fucking clown shit. This is such clown shit that like most people with like more than 3 fucking brain cells look at this and go, okay, that's not even like entertainment. That's just insane. Okay. Obviously, if your fucking fan base, if you're 17 and saying this to 40,000 people and your fan base is comprised of 12-year-olds, though, it's probably not good. It's not a good attitude to foster. Not a good attitude to fucking, you know, show kids. This is entertaining as fuck. Yeah, it's entertaining in the worst ways possible. It's entertaining if you're a fucking freak, a freakazoid, schizoid, and you fucking derive pleasure out of watching people fucking ritualistically humiliate themselves in front of millions of fucking people. That's why. That's why it's funny, because you're a freak. And you only can get like a fraction of fucking humanity by watching people behave in like this most psychotic way possible.
Right now, it's a fucking female talking to me. Get off the fucking game and do your husband dishes, bitch. Shut up. Fuck you. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Stop talking to me like that, nigga. Fuck is wrong with y'all, dog? I'm not one of these little lame-ass Valorant nerds, nigga. Fuck wrong with y'all? Now fuck.
He got racially abused before this, but they won't talk about it, by the way. Bro, you listen. There's a lot of that, okay? There's a lot of that, especially if you're a black content creator that's like accessible to a broader audience. Of course, that comes with the territory, and that's fucking unacceptable, but like, you can't use that as an excuse for this kind of behavior, okay? Shut the fuck up. Like, that's crazy.
12 months, and I came into anime.
That's crazy. Like, you can come in here and talk to me about, like, you know, racism that black content creators face. I've talked about it regularly. I'm fully understanding of that situation. He's a young XQC. Bro, yeah, XQC no doesn't even take it to this level. What the fuck are you talking about? So you're crazy. Like, he's acting. You don't get it. No, I understand. Apparently, Keemstar seems to think that is a female talking to me. Get off the game and do your wash and dishes is good trash talk, or even trash talk at all. Pretty rich to try to use the racism card while overlooking blatant sexism. Stop baiting women haters getting old. I mean, yeah, he's right. Felix is right. Now, of course, because he said that, everyone's going to fucking find old-ass clips of him probably saying some horrible shit. But, dude, here's the thing, okay? Like, in a lot of instances, people that aren't, like, otherwise bad people behave in incredibly bad ways. The reason why people behave in fucking bad ways is because they want to be entertaining, and they're leaning into it. And what he's leaning into is really, really damaging. Okay, really fucking bad. It's bad for him. He might not, in his heart, be a horrible, horrifying human being. But what he's doing right now, and what he is presenting himself right now, is specifically a horrible person. Why is he doing that? Because it's bottom of the fucking barrel content. That's it. It's just like you have, you don't have any content. You don't have good trash talk. You don't have a way to like make it more entertaining and engaging. And you're seeing a lot of positive feedback from this because a lot of people are watching you. You've got like fucking 40,000 people watching you when you do this kind of toxic shit. And a lot of them are young kids who want this kind of thing, or people that want to watch someone make a fool of themselves.
Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations.
But ultimately, it's like this is not good for longevity. This is not good for fostering a sense of community. This is not good at all for your own mental health. It's just fucking terrible. That's just how Twitch works. Chill, dude. This motherfucker's not even on Twitch. He got banned off Twitch for literally telling a OnlyFans girl that he would rape her if he was the last person on the planet. So shut the fuck up.
What's good?
Anyway, look, he is literally fucking 17 years old. He's 17 years old, or even younger than that, I think. I don't know how old he is. I think he's 17 years old, though. I don't think he's doing this shit for content. You haven't played any competitive shooters, but shit is incredibly toxic. I can see how you got hit. Those shots, comments can tilt anyone. I don't condone it, but I don't think he's doing this for views. He's probably actually mad here. No, it's a bit of both. Anyway, look. He's always tilted. I've seen it. I've seen enough of his videos. I've seen enough of his like clips and shit to know that he's always tilted, and two, that's his content. His content is like being over the top tilted. The point is, it doesn't matter. The reason why I bring up that he's young is because he can still change.
You look nice today. Have a good stream.
He already says all that shit. You're fucking nuts. What? Shut the fuck up and give him a chance. The fucking video, he says all that shit. You're fucking nuts. You guys are gonna be so fucking annoying about this. I can already tell. Oh, why are you acting like Speed's therapist? I'm not. I'm just a content creator who's been doing this shit for a very long time, and I see a younger content creator fucking losing his shit over and over again and creating a super toxic fan base and recognizing how bad that is going to be for him in the long run, specifically for his own mental health as well. And also on top of that, for fostering such a toxic community at such a fucking large toxic community will enable that sort of behavior. I know that for a fucking fact. And for the people who say like free speech, let him say what he want. Fuck free speech. You can suck my cock, dumbass. No such thing. Get the fuck out of here. This fucking free speech bullshit. No one is also advocating to jail him.
Frog and goddamn. Here's to 10 months.
Free speech doesn't mean you can just like fucking slap that on to everything. Free speech doesn't mean you should just like be able to get away with saying whatever the fuck you want to say. Dummies, dude. Anyway, let's hear what he has to say.
It's a clip, you know, that I... What's good, everybody? It's a clip, you know, that I seen, you know, that's going crazy right now. Me between an altercation with a girl,
and my brain is
and I was playing Valorant. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say some, you know, like a few things from that situation. You know what I'm saying? But that day, you know, I wasn't having a good day. You know, I was getting a lot of racist text-to-speech donations. A lot of people, you know, talking about my dead aunt that's in the grave right now. But
so this shit is literally what I'm talking about. For the record, this is what I'm talking about. This is a consequence of like fostering a community like that. 100%. Not that he obviously deserves it or anything. I'm not saying that at all. He does not deserve racist attacks, but I'm sure, I know he gets it all the fucking time. And 1,000,000%, 1,000,000% part of the fucking racist shit that he gets is because he feeds into that fucking toxicity. That's why he has 40,000 people watching. And dealing with that is horrible. And this apology quite literally fucking proves exactly what I was saying. He's in a horrifying fucking spiral of toxicity. He feeds into it by being more toxic, and then his fan base comes in for that to try to tilt him, and they will go to, you know how the fucking internet is, these psychotic racist pieces of shit that think that they can say whatever the fuck they want under the guise of anonymity, will literally fucking blast him with like the worst shit overall. He isn't lying. There were some pretty messed up clips that people tweeted out under the original race sheet. It wasn't at all justified. He should be banned 100%. Yeah, I mean, Exactly. I know that. I know
What's wrong
that.
with being an angry prophet denouncing the hypocrisies of our times?
But look, I don't want to make that no excuse. I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to justify. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, that day, I just don't bash on people for no reason. That's where I'm coming from that, you know, statement I just said. But, you know, yeah. I'm completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I was completely wrong in that situation right there. I can't say anything to justify that situation right there. But that clip is from months ago, and I.
By the way, the funniest thing is, like, Chatter's defending him when he's not defending himself, which always happens all the time.
He said
Changed
he liked
now,
a
not
trans
girl.
girl, so I thought
you know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I'm young. You know what I'm saying? I'm very young. For every situation I grow, you know, and I change, you know, and I got to become a better person. That is not me no more. That is not me. And I grow from that situation. That's come from the bottom of my heart.
18 months
That is not me. You know, and hopefully I can, you know, really, you know, see like the genuine in me. You know what I'm saying? I apologize from that girl. I apologize if that girl was to hit me up and say anything. You know, I would love to hear her out. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I apologize. That's not me. That clip is from months ago.
Really bash people for no reason in other situations? Yeah, I know, dude. Look, he's very nice here, but I've seen enough of the way he operates. Like, I've seen enough fucking clips of his. I've seen enough shit that, like, his main content is quite literally being toxic like that. His main content is, one, being toxic like that, and two, receiving that exact same toxicity towards him. And as a young black content creator, the toxicity that he receives towards him is literally just insane shit. I've seen it. I've seen the fucking TTS videos and stuff, even before this happened. I'm surprised that it hadn't become like a main point of conversation even before this. So the idea is, like, ain't got no compassion. I don't have compassion. Shut the fuck up, dude. God damn. Take a week off, you fucking dumbass. Holy shit. Yo, why are people so horny to fucking come here and be like, oh, you must be racist then? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with your brain, dude? Shut the fuck up. Past 10 goddamn years of fucking advocacy is not enough. It's like the first time I see someone behaving in an incredibly toxic way and also fucking feeding into that toxic cycle personally as someone with a lot of fucking experience in the content creation game. You got to come in here and immediately be like, oh, you must be racist then? Shut the fuck up, dumbass. Seriously. And it's the same exact bullshit for the record. Like, it's happening in here. It's literally happening in here. It's happening in here right now. It's this weird thing that a lot of people have, and I've talked about this before. A lot of watchers in this kind of content come in specifically so they can have an interaction with the content creator. They feel excited. They're like, this is it. I got a fucking interaction. I baited an interaction out of the content creator that I wanted to watch, and I derailed the stream, and I'm doing that right now. I'm like giving it to them. You know what I mean? I'm giving it to people in a similar capacity, albeit in a little bit more controlled way. There's a clip of him accidentally saying the F slur in the comments were filled. Like, my respect for him went up. Like, why would your respect for someone increase because they said a slur? Because people are fucking horrible. People are horrible on the internet. Okay? They would get their asses beat by their parents for that kind of behavior in the real world, but on the internet, they can get away with it. Trying to cancel XQC, Keemstar's such a fucking clown. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, it's just so, it's so whack. It's so fucking whack, dude. It's specifically because you're a legitimized personality with a decade of credibility that compels that one-up you, makes them feel powerful to intellectually and morally destroy an accessible figure like you. You taking advantage of it, prove valuable rhetoric in response to an admirable subversion king. Thank you. It's a fucked up cycle that he's in. And the way to fucking pull yourself out of that is by pulling yourself out of that and trying your very best to all this rabid dog behavior just to miss the easiest shots, biggest struggle. Yeah, that's like, okay, well, that's like, again, fucked up. Like calling him a rabid dog. I know that, you know, that's it goes beyond, I think, the line of acceptability. That's on the tame side too. No, 100%, 100%. Are you defending him? No, I am absolutely not defending him. So the issue is, even if you're on the correct side, even if you are on the correct side of the conversation, when you're talking about this dude being like super misogynistic, super toxic, whatever, a lot of people end up dropping some takes that are also racist. You know what I mean? He behaves like a dog, quite literally barking and stuff, though, as part of his character. Lol. Yeah, that's also terrible. He was behaving in a completely deranged manner. A lot of his content is behaving in a completely deranged manner. And also, not only does he behave in a completely deranged manner, he acts out against people. Okay, he behaves against like specific marginalized groups in a really fucked up way. Look at all the shit you get in your comments. People acting like it gives you a pass to be a horrible person. Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude, I can already sense like his fan base is fucking horrible, like straight up. And these people are not his real fucking fans either. They're just fans of toxicity. He just straight up like out of all the motherfuckers who we've banned so far, out of all the motherfuckers who we have banned so far in the chat, I can already sense it. This is like all the fucking lolcow enjoyers. They are some of the scummiest, most awful fucking people on the internet. They are the pathetic fucking, you know, the swamp suckers that live indoors all fucking day and like wait for people to, you know, behave this way. This is the only way they can like get enjoyment, derive enjoyment out of, you know, getting people to be angry like this. You could talk shit about David Dugan. Chatters would come in here and call you the racist one. Yeah, 100%. Unfortunately, it's not the internet that created toxic people. It's just that the toxic people fucking literally exist, and the internet makes it easier. Yeah, this is some Ice Poseidon shit, straight up. Modern day Ice Poseidon shit. And it never ends well. Cannot fucking foster. You cannot foster a community like this. It'll be a horrible community. Like, you just got to take a hit, take a little haircut at first, and try to regulate. Otherwise, you're just gonna fucking hate it, you know?
iShowSpeed.
A good video on iShowSpeed's rise in toxicity.
Could be the fastest growing YouTube streamer in history. He is now sitting at over 4 million subscribers, and just 1 year.
But you acknowledge that there's some Aiden Ross overlap, right? No, of course I do. But dude, you have to understand, like, even Aiden Ross regulates this shit better. Like, Miskiv is a great example of someone who could have been infinitely more toxic, but has been able to toe the line perfectly. Like, Aiden Ross still does a lot of dumb shit, but ultimately, you know, Miskiv too. Ultimately, like, they are a lot better now in like dealing with that. Okay, that's how you get longevity. That's how you foster a fucking better community. It's just like it's awful. You know, this is awful.
A year ago, he had 10,000. The 17-year-old Cincinnati, Ohio native has dominated the platform, even at one point gaining 1 million subscribers in about 6 days. He has built some sort of a toxic and high-stress community that at times can push him to his limits, but this may not be all his fault. I mean, after all, live streaming in general can attract some of the worst viewers, pushing streamers to lash out and react in ways that don't represent them very well. When it comes to speed, the line between what's real and what isn't is so paper thin that sometimes it feels like you're not even watching a real person, but rather someone playing a character. Speed started his YouTube channel in late 2017, uploading NBA 2K and Fortnite highlights. 1 year later, he began live streaming himself playing Fortnite, but didn't really stay too consistent with it. It wasn't until April of 2020 when he got fully committed to live streaming, with a face cam and interacting with about 5 viewers. His game of choice, NBA 2K20. I started the video by saying Speed is 17 years old, but his age has been a bit of a mystery for some time. When he first started streaming, a person asked him in his chat what his age was.
How old are you though? Damn near 16, bro.
He was reluctant to give him a straight answer. It's fairly common for people on the internet to not want to give their age. It's also common for young kids to tell people that they are older than they really are. I know when I was 13 on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I would brag about being 15, thinking that that was so cool. The only reason why this matters is because very often in 2021, Speed did e-dates with Aiden Ross and various influencers where he tells girls that he is 19, so he will have a better chance at scoring a date with them. Obviously misleading them because at the time he was actually 16. On the other hand, some people see this as harmless. It's more so just for entertainment, and nobody's taking it that seriously.
Like when girls lie about the age, it just...
You can hang out with him at Shitfest, but now he's lolcow? Wait, what? Weird, you're friends with X, but you take constant shots at him. I must be missing something. I'm actually confused, but you, man. What? You are confused. Maybe you should just fucking... What is lolcow? Why bring up XQC? No, a lolcow is not XQC, you fucking idiot. Just stop, okay? Adults are having a conversation about fucking live streaming, and you are, unfortunately, you don't have the mental faculties to comprehend what the fuck we're talking about. God damn, dude. Fucking juicers. Holy shit. Just like, why? Why does Twitch allow 10-year-olds to be on the platform? Like, that's a 10-year-old.
It's like, yeah. Oh my gosh, she lied about her age, bro. Alright, let me get off this app, bro.
But in spring of 2020, 15-year-old iShowSpeed was laying down the groundwork for his streaming career. Double check and make sure you're subscribed. Why not hit the like button for me? And make sure you're drinking water. He stayed very consistent on NBA 2K20. He streamed every day and tried to get tapped into the community. He was lighthearted, funny, and happy. If he took an L, he would get a little stressed, maybe have a little freak out, but nothing more than a typical gamer. He was able to play with a bigger streamer, and he played really well. Got the shout out from him.
For my son, iShowSpeed's, the first son that I have played with, ain't shot nothing but green.
This got him a couple more viewers, maybe around 10 or so on average. Unfortunately, NBA 2K kind of breeds toxicity, kind of like Call of Duty Modern Warfare lobbies. You can walk around a public gym and challenge random people to pick up games. Usually the loser will just end up screaming into the mic all kinds of heinous things that are totally unnecessary. I mean, games are competitive, and trash talk is inevitable, but this game for some reason brings out the worst in people. Even in the early days, we can see it get...
I mean, all competitive video games that... all competitive video games have this exact same fucking toxic lobby bullshit, okay? All of them. It's just how it is. And unless you address it, try to change it. Unless you address it and try to change it, like, and content creators play a significant role in this situation, alongside the actual corporations that have a say in the process as well. It's not gonna change.
Getting the best of speed.
One of y'all go on this stream right now and say TJ use a... Oh my God!
He spent the summer of 2020 grinding the game and trying to build up his viewership. He was averaging around 20 viewers and would eventually amass 1,000 subscribers, still keeping that positive energy, interacting with his chat, and getting to know them. He would only get toxic when other people from the community would come into his stream and try to mess with him. They would call him names and challenge him to games that he didn't want to play. Around this time,
bro, I literally deal with this. Like, I deal with this as a content creator every fucking day. I deal with this on the politics space. Like, you know how this fucking works. If you've been in here long enough, you know exactly how this fucking works. It's the exact same bullshit. Now, obviously, the reason why it doesn't turn into like a much, much larger fucking problem nonstop is because at this point we've been able to, like deal with it a little bit better, and just, clap it ahead of time. Hasan, it's not about you. Lamau, chill. What the fuck do you mean it's not about me? I'm a content creator, and this is my community. I'm trying to describe it to people in here that have no way of comprehending this by using my experiences as a way to say, like, look, I get it. I see how this is. It's a very difficult thing to fucking process. And you're also currently doing the toxic bullshit. It's quite literally unique to live streaming. This is very, very unique to live streaming. And also, you as a chatter are basically doing that right now. The annoying thing.
He came up with a winning strategy for growth on YouTube. He would do a 2-hour live stream, then post a 6 to 10 minute clip of the stream as a YouTube video with a better title, only posting the ones labeled funny reaction, because those got the best views. They were basically just the buildup of him freaking out, and what caused the freak out. This was a great growth strategy for him, and he stayed consistent with this throughout summer of 2020. The rage highlight—
Your experiences aren't his though. Lol ableism. Yeah, there you go. That's how we deal with the toxic dumbasses in the chat, by the way, who are narcissistic and want to fucking center the conversation around their own idiotic fucking commentary that literally is not going to improve the situation whatsoever. And the only entertaining moment here, the only entertainment that we are going to suck out of you is by banning you immediately. Sometimes by not even pulling you and just banning you across the board.
Highlight videos were becoming a staple part of his brand and was slowly becoming the thing that people wanted to see the most from him. He streamed and uploaded every single day for months without fail. In October 2020, he got banned from streaming because YouTube thought he was 12, and you need to be 13 to stream.
So basically, I can't stream no more, y'all, for a little minute, y'all, because of that last live stream, y'all. So I would not be streaming no more.
This would be the first of many, many videos where he tells his chat that he can't stream anymore. The ban would only last one day, and he would be back the next day because YouTube was obviously in the wrong. NBA 2K21 came out, and the community hated it. Aiden Ross was a big part of the game's top players leaving and moving on to different things. There was still a demand out there for 2K21 content. Plus, Speed would play as a unique position, a post scorer. Most content creators didn't play as this position. He figured out a way to be different, and that's what got him attention. At the turn of the year, things started to change a little bit. He was still a bright, positive, happy-go-lucky guy, but his rage moments were getting more and more apparent. Now he even had a person consistently commenting on his videos, time-stamping when he would have a freakout, which was making the audience just skip to those moments instead of watching him play normally. Another ban.
It's a warning, so basically, I don't know if I'm gonna do.
Bro, I mean, this is perfect. This video by Patrick CC is basically perfectly fucking describing how the toxicity buildup occurred and how he centered his content around that. You know what I mean? And this is something that every fucking streamer has to engage with. What is your thing? What is your thing? Because everyone has a thing. Now, I get fucking mad as well. I get mad and I unload into chatters as well. But I also recognize that fucks me up. That basically impacts me after a while, especially if I feed into that cycle over and over and over and over and over again. So in an effort not to do that, and for the record, for people saying like, oh, this is like your stun locks or whatever, yeah, except a lot of those stun locks are informative. They might be angry, they might even be toxic, but they are still informative towards and directional towards like a specific political point of view. It's not just me yelling and fucking losing my shit. Who am I losing my shit towards? And what I'm saying during that fucking stun lock is what is important. And for people who are saying copium or whatever, I mean, you know, there's some dumbass ones about like the helicopter one, but ultimately made a video about the toxic life of a streamer. Oh, this is the video that he made. Okay, because I think I watched that on stream, and that's why I knew anything about iShowSpeed. I think a significant amount of chat just hears loud noises. Yeah.
This video got him the most views that he ever got thus far, and again, he was back the next day. You'll notice this become a trend. For the first half of 2021, Speed just kept on being consistent with streaming. He experimented with horror games and Fortnite, but 2K was still his go-to. One thing that started happening that still does to this day is Speed being a victim of DDoS attacks. Basically, hackers who get his IP address, either by knowing where he lives in real life, or maybe he somehow leaked that information, they have the ability to overload his internet so his stream lags super hard, making him unable to stream. Every single time this would happen, Speed would run to make his broken heart videos of him very upset.
How do I change my IP? I cannot stream. Whoever is booting me, please stop. Hit me up on Twitter, IG. We can figure something.
If it is an option.
By the way, this is precisely yet another fucking consequence of, once again, having an incredibly fucking toxic community. This only proves that this is like 100% lolcow shit. Dark Side Phil. What is it? Wings of Redemption. Like, there are numerous examples. Chris Chan. There are numerous examples on the internet, in like the deepest, darkest circles of the internet. There are people that sit around in fucking forums and basically try, Ice Poseidon, basically try to make the content their own. Make the content and steer the content direction in a way that they want to. There are people in here that try to do it in here as well. Obviously, the difference is like this is something that I'm actively aware of and actively combat against, okay? And try not to. And there's also a direction here where like I have a direction and a purpose beyond just like making that my entire content, being stun locked my entire content. So that's what being a lolcow is, for the record. It's yeah, gross score is another example. There's a lot of it, especially in the live streaming space. Like, there are a lot of people whose entire thing is just like having people watch you and try to tilt you, right? You're just taking abuse for the content. And it is really fucking sad. It's really sad because these are human beings. You know what I mean? These are full-ass human beings that are that are getting obliterated by people. And there's a big chunk of the internet that loves this shit. They love this shit. You're comparing children to 4chan tier trolls? Come on, man. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? This dude 100% has like... This dude most likely has a like a lolcow fan base and also children that like it. Like his toxicity.
Obvious why I call them broken heart videos, because he puts a little emoji in there every time. He would beg these people to stop. It seems like at this time he couldn't really handle the trolling. Rushing to post these broken heart videos are obviously going to fuel even more attacks. It makes him feel like they won. Or his responses were for comedic purposes, and he knows he's going to get attention, growing his fan base and following. But the broken heart videos aren't just to address hackers. He would also address his trolls. For example, he posted a video proving to his chat that he takes showers.
As I can see right here, I'm showing y'all proof right now. I take shower. I don't want to hear no more hate comments about me taking a shower no more.
And this other one where he says his real name.
It's my name. My real name is Jawan. It's not Frank. Y'all know what's my name? Jawan.
Which I don't think is his real name. This video has 5 million views, and all the comments are about his fan base being toxic and that he deserves better. But some people just feel very confused by this. Live streaming can get out of hand with trolls. But if someone gets pushed to crying just for people wanting to know their real name, or they feel the need to prove that they actually take showers, leads some people to believe that you may not be fit for this career. Or again, Speed is trolling everyone back, but he gets sympathy from his chat because he's very good at making this seem real. The video blows up and gets likes, views, and subs, then he goes back to streaming the next day with tons of new viewership, never addresses the situation that happened the day before, and then the cycle repeats again a couple weeks later. It's a very strange middle ground where people can't tell if he's actually upset by these things or if he's on some 600 IQ marketing strategy. So now let me ask you what you think. Look how mad he gets at this comment.
You probably think that salad dressing is spicy, bro. What are you talking about? Bro, like, what is you, bro? You talking about salad dressing? What are you talking about?
Obviously.
Yeah, that's fake. Yeah.
This is a harmless troll comment. But do you think he's genuinely mad about this? Or do you think he just uses it as an excuse to rage and freak out because it hypes up the chat and might be a viral clip later on? Chances are you think it's fake as well. But sometimes these things were going too far. Like the jacket video.
My cousin gave me this jacket, y'all. I swear to God, now I just broke this shit, bro.
So what caused this was him losing the game, crying, physically harming himself, then ripping his jacket. And basically for this entire...
Yeah, dude, this is absolutely like the worst fucking... Oh, dude, I nailed it. I'm sorry. I didn't even know all of this shit, but from the beginning... exactly what I said is well documented here, which is going into fucking the cycle because you're getting dollars. Like you're straight up the toxicity that you are feeding into and recognizing your position as a lolcow and then like literally feeding into it is creating a horrifying fucking cycle of even more toxic behavior. Now there's younger children in there that love this shit. They're like, oh, this is great. This is awesome. And they're watching. And then there's also a lot of other people that are looking for that. They're like, oh yeah, I'm going to say some fucking racist bullshit, right? To him. And you know, that's going to have a genuine impact. For those of you who don't know what lolcow is or whatever, it's a thing that a lot of the 4chan and a lot of the fucking poll and a lot of like all these other forums that I'm not going to mention here on the internet. It's a term created by them. It's about farming someone for being a laughing stock. People, specifically in a very targeted manner, will go in to people's chats, especially in live streaming situations, and will say stuff, kind of like how people bait me all the goddamn time. They do it to me as well. A laughing stock cow to milk, exactly. And the entire purpose of that is just basically getting together in a group to bully someone and even in a lot of instances stalk them, dox them, ruin their fucking lives, basically ruin their lives further and further until you're like literally in a fucking spiral of toxicity and you're experiencing some of the worst like consequences in your real life. And that's their content. Their content is literally destroying you. Now, the problem is when you talk about it, and this is a big issue on the internet. It's just like it's internet troll shit on steroids. But when you talk about it, it gets worse. When you talk about it, it gets worse because like they do it for any kind of recognition whatsoever. And they do this all the time. There are communities that specifically do this. It creates their only content, especially when other Twitch streamers also engage in this sort of shit, is basically fucking shitting on, like they create a feedback loop where the only content that they have is basically shitting on someone else. So they look for targets. And it's basically live bullying. That's what it is. Are you a self-aware lolcow? So for the people who say stuff like this, there are people who try to do it here as well, but the difference is I have a strong community and also a sense of purpose beyond just being beyond rage baiting and getting upset and freaking the fuck out. Nico Avocado is another example of a lolcow that is not a live streamer, but like people basically have like caused him to spiral. You know, it's just terrible. I think, how do I describe it? It makes it much harder to have a sense of self and a perspective beyond that if you grew up outside of the internet. You know what I mean? I was a full-blown adult before I started doing this stuff. You know what I mean? And then when you acknowledge it on a video or Twitter comment, those people can come across as reasonable in the comments by brigading upvotes on threads is a horrible thing to fight against. Yeah, it's pretty much impossible to deal with because most people don't know what it is. Most people don't fucking go into those circles for understandable reasons, but brigading things can be very effective. Like 200 designated and very, very 200 designated people that are deranged enough to follow every little thing you do can basically turn it into a much larger problem for you. And I think that there is two different types of communities within iShowSpeed's audience. You, on the one hand, have people that want to turn him into a lolcow, and he feeds into that. And then also, on the other hand, you have a lot of people who love the toxicity and him like raging and stuff and come in for that. They make encyclopedias and gigantic posts and essays about people is basically parasocial dehumanizing. Yeah, absolutely. The point of most KF threads are literally get the target to kill themselves. Yes. But the ultimate goal is, of course, getting the target to kill themselves. Yes. Like that's the main goal, or jail or arrested. It's really sad and it's really fucking crazy, and you don't want to talk about it because like it basically brings it up. You know what I mean? When you bring it up, it like legitimizes it. For to mention, most lolcows are LGBT, mentally ill, autistic, POC, children, etc. Almost always people who are looked down on by society, so bullying them is seen as justified. Yeah. Or they have no protection. They don't have a mechanism to defend themselves. They don't have like a way to basically fight back against that feedback loop. But yes, dehumanizing is 100% the ultimate goal there. Yes, because vilifying a person to a degree where it's like it's a post hoc rationalization for why you are putting them under so much torment. Like no matter how much you bully someone, no matter how much you stalk them, if you ultimately think you're in the right and that person is in the wrong because, I don't know, they're like a bad person, they have bad takes or whatever the fuck, is pretty much how people justify this pathological, psychotic way of stalking, cyber stalking people and cyberbullying people in a group. That's the content in and of itself. Twitch and live streaming on the internet is very different than any other form of entertainment. You can't go to the movie theater and fucking change the direction of a movie. You can't get up and be like, fuck you, and then the guy who's filming turns around and goes, okay, now I'm going to address you. This is the first instance, the first iteration of that kind of interactive content, live interactive content. And that can be beautiful and awesome, like what we do here in this community, right? Where, you know, that back and forth feedback can be really awesome. And at times you recognize it. Like, you know, I'm making jokes, chat's making jokes as well. You know, we have like a back and forth constant conversation, and that can be great. You never had this much sympathy for Ice Poseidon, you hypocrite. I'm not even, well, first of all, I wasn't around when Ice Poseidon was popping off, so that's probably why. I didn't know anything about him, and I've only learned things about him after the fact. And by the way, iShowSpeed's a great fucking example of someone who fed into that toxicity and fed into that cycle rather than trying to create a positive space, rather than looking for the next way to make content that wasn't about like belittling himself, humiliating himself, or attacking other people that were even less fortunate than he is, right? And he kept feeding into it, and it fucking blew up in his face. He had the FBI, like he had a bomb squad come to his, he had a bomb squad go to, like, they made a bomb call, a bomb threat to the fucking airport that he was at. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff, and they go to that degree. Like these people will never stop. He still has communities that do not fucking stop. They're still out there, and now they despise him because he won't give them what they want. So that's why I'm saying, like, this is a really, really scary cycle to get into. And it's very new, so a lot of people don't understand it yet. Like, we don't know what the consequences of it are going to be. But it's, you know, live streaming is the lowest bottom of the barrel type of content making, where you're like, you're scrounging for scraps. It's a much smaller audience than like Hollywood, you know what I mean? It's a much smaller audience than YouTube in general. You're fighting for fucking scraps, and those scraps are basically as much engagement as you can give to your community. And if your engagement revolves around like people baiting you into fucking raging, then, you know, it's just going to be awful for you, and it's going to lead you to want to kill yourself. And bro, it's not that serious. Lamau, just play the video. I mean, it is that serious. You're wrong, but it's okay. We're going to play the video.
Entire game, and really this whole stream, his chat was saying rude things to him, so losing the game was actually just the final straw. But this reaction to me doesn't look very fake.
Stop donating! Stop donating! I don't even want it! I don't want it! I don't want it! Oh, I'm done. Oh God, I'm out of this bitch. Oh, my mama.
Now, it's not like Speed is 100% innocent and his chat attacks him for no reason. I made basically a whole video about this, but real quick, let me just say that oftentimes the chat...
That's the video I watched, by the way. That's the video and by the way, he's getting fucking... He's cracked. Like, he's like fucking 70K viewers, like live viewers and shit, when he's popping off on his YouTube, too.
Of the streamer.
And he's like pretty much self-made in that regard, too. Like, it's not like he was a part of like a... He doesn't have like a crazy fucking community uplifting him or anything like that. He was just like a part of TK or 2K, part of the 2K streamers and like Aiden Ross and all this other stuff. But like,
you attract the type of people that you act
TikTok
like. So
too.
Judging off his Omegle streams alone,
Yeah, you killed as fuck.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey, if you can rate me 1 through 10, what would you rate me? Be completely honest.
A 7.5.
Really? After I called you cute as fuck, I lied. Nah, shut the fuck up. I lied to you when you gonna give me a 7.5?
there are specific people that want to watch his content, generally toxic people. Even if he's joking and he's just playing around or whatever, he's got a little edgy sense of humor, that's fine. But you're still gonna attract people who just genuinely want to see you bully people and be toxic all the time. So if you just want to have a normal stream, but the chat wants you to be toxic, they are going to take it out on you. Basically, his live streams from here on out would be him playing a game.
Yeah, either he has... that's perfect, dude. This dude is awesome. Holy shit. Patrick CC, shouts out to Patrick. You either fucking redirect that toxicity to a fucking villain, and in most circumstances, the villains are other marginalized people, or they're gonna fucking destroy you.
Game. Chat torments him and says a bunch of annoying stuff, and then he handles it well. But about 20 minutes in, he'll have a rage moment, then slowly rage more and more until he loses a game and ends the stream. Some days he handles the chat better than others, but every stream is filled with people trying to get him to freak out. I haven't really talked that much about his chat, but as it multiplied by the thousands, it got super toxic. Like, the things they would say to him, whether it was just in the chat or through donations, is bad, terrible. So bad, I don't even feel comfortable putting clips of them in this video. And obviously, he can't control what they say. People will figure out a way to say terrible things no matter what. So leaning into the freakouts and rage moments became a double-edged sword for him, because they were genuinely pissing him off some days, and other days he is just trolling them back. Either way, it's a high-stress situation. Blood pressure goes up, heart rate goes up, it's not a good long-term strategy. But Speed is not even close to the first person to use freakouts as a way to grow. Freakouts and rage moments have been a huge part of live streaming forever since video games are so damn frustrating. Flight Reacts, Pooh Gotti, and even Aiden Ross mastered the art of the freakout as a growth strategy. Anyways, for spring of 2021, he kept that same cycle of consistent streaming, rage moments, and broken.
Straight up, I mean, dude, I have my fucking moments too. And I get like legitimately tilted. Like I actually get legit fucking tilted. I'm not faking it when I get fucking mad, okay? Aiden's looked a little fake. But listen, the point is, dude, I literally broke a fucking controller. Look. The point is, you have to fucking reel it in. You have to dial it back, because if that's your entire thing, if that's your shtick, it's going to be fucking awful. It's going to be completely awful. People are just going to come in, and that's the only kind of interaction that they can get out of you. As a content creator, this is for other live streamers. As someone who fucking deals with a shitload of toxicity on a daily fucking basis, especially because of the content that I create, which revolves around politics, which like literally is a magnet for all the worst kind of toxic motherfuckers, like all the horrifyingly horrible, awful people that we are talking about. I deal with this on a daily basis. I have an incredible community. I have incredible moderators, and we try to fucking deal with it non-fucking stop. And let me tell you something. One of the most important things you have to do is redirect your attention. And I try to do this every day, and it's kind of hypocritical of me to say this, but like you have to try to redirect your attention to the positive chatters. You have to redirect your attention to, if you are constantly engaging with your chat, you have to redirect your attention to positive chatters, funny comments, things like that, to foster that kind of behavior within the community, and people will ultimately go away. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm 30 years old, and it's still very difficult for me to do that. And sometimes I fail. And when I catch myself getting to the end of that fucking angry spiral, I take a day off. It's important to be able to do that. It's important to have a strong support system outside of this world that we're in, with like ones and zeros. And that goes for everyone too, for the record. But it is how this works. Streaming just seems like so much psychic damage. It is. It's the bottom of the barrel of fucking content. It's content for where the overwhelming majority of the content comes around from interaction between the chatter and the streamer. I say you're cute all the time and you never read those messages, hump. Just kidding. I mean, yeah, if I were to just fucking sit around and you know, regularly read people saying you're hot, that'd be crazy. But I know it just sucks. Like house drama, car drama, fucking that other React drama, blue light drama. Like it got to a point where I was like destroying my fucking brain every week, because I kept responding to the haters. Every week there was a new thing, because you can always manufacture drama out of anything, especially when someone is live for fucking 8 hours a day, especially when that live streamer is also talking about political stuff. Yeah, Crackergate, like number 13 most paid streamer. You know, there's always another way. You can that will never end, and a lot of people love that. For politics, a lot of people's only way of interacting with politics is by extending that drama. This is a major part of the debate space on the internet, which is why I try to stay away from all that. That doesn't mean that there aren't good debates out there or great debaters out there. There are. But the reason why I say it's not for me is specifically because of the environment and the toxicity that creates.
Heart videos. He had around 50,000 subscribers and was averaging more than 1,000 or so people in his chat. His viewers started clipping his freakouts and funny moments and posting them on TikTok.
Yeah,
it got
that's
to the
when
point
you really
where multiple
blow up.
pages have built big followings just by posting his freakouts. And the amount of views they were getting are just staggering. I think it also helped that Aiden Ross was peaking at this time. He created an audience of people who like edgy humor, and live streaming in general was peaking at this time. So Speed provided something that was similar, but in his own unique way. In fact, he actually started a new trope that people really liked: barking. Yes, Speed started barking when he got angry. which were some of the most popular clips that went viral on TikTok. The TikTok clips got a ton of new people interested in him. It made him grow faster than ever. In March, April, and May, he jumped from around 50,000 subscribers to 300,000 subscribers. But it was in June where it all culminated into something huge. He started putting his subscriber count on the screen and basing his stream around how fast he was growing because he was gaining subscribers really quickly. On June 22nd, he did his...
I mean, he's obviously a smart content creator, bro. For as young as he is, like, he knows how to make shit pop. That's not easy. This is an incredibly fucking convoluted space. Everyone's trying to become an influencer. You got fucking politicians who want to be influencers, okay? Everybody wants, in the words of Felix Biederman of Chapo Trap House, everybody wants to sell t-shirts. And, you know, he was smart. He's very clearly very smart. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
400K stream, where he just kind of passed time waiting for him to hit the new milestone. When he was about to hit it, a ton of people watching started unsubscribing, hoping for a freak out, in which he did a little bit. Then 2 days later, he was about to hit 500,000 subs. Same thing happened. He got close, they would unsub, he freaks out, and everyone loves it. It became this little game, watching his sub count go up and up. 3 days later, 600K stream. Then the next day, 700K. He went to bed and woke up on June 29th to find out that he was about to hit 800,000 overnight. So he went live that morning. Then later on in that same day, maybe 12 hours later, he was about to hit 1 million subscribers. In 24 hours, he gained 300,000 subscribers. And if you thought that was crazy, the very next day, June 30th, he hit 1.5 million subscribers. Obviously, Speed put in a ton of work until this point, but he also got a little lucky that hundreds of thousands of people were eager to see his reactions. As his sub count went up, it became sort of a game for people. It slowed down a little bit at the 1.5 million mark, but by the middle of July, he hit 2 million subscribers, meaning that in about 3 weeks, he went from 300K to 2 million. Call it luck, call it a meme, call it whatever you want, but at this point, he was still growing like crazy and entertaining the millions of people that subscribed to him. So clearly, he took advantage of the situation and maintained their interest. After this, Speed was done with NBA 2K. He outgrew the game so fast. He knew that these people wanted him to be as crazy as possible all the time, so that's what he gave them. He also took a trip to LA to link up with Aiden Ross and many other streamers. For some reason, watching that in-person connection just changes the viewer's perspective. It's almost like the viewer is part of the friend group. Plus, he seemed to be a lot.
Yep. Dude, this dude fucking nails the parasocial aspect of live streaming. Like, nails it. Holy fuck. Once again, big shout out to Patrick motherfucking CC over here. I mean, he is very, very good at this. It's true. When you interact, when communities interact, when Twitch streaming communities interact with one another, it's like, it's huge. It's like a huge deal. What? XQ Cow? What? The real XQ Cow, yeah. People love that. People love that shit. They feel like they are interacting for the first time ever. Like, they're seeing their favorite, you know, it's like the Avengers Endgame log.
A lot happier. He wasn't giving in to the trolls, and he wasn't getting DDoS attacks kicking him offline. When he went back home to Ohio, it was almost exclusively trolling people on Omegle, more getting kicked offline, and more broken heart videos. But something else huge happened. Speed's unforeseen music career began in August of 2021. He had a new hit single called Duty Booty, with a high-quality music video in which he was wearing his favorite shirt, barking, and twerking with his boys. The song was actually very well received, which made him want to do even more music. He would start uploading a song every month and sometimes twice per month. Now with over 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, tens of millions of views on YouTube, clearly his fans are loving his music. And truthfully, it's not that bad. He has a lot of potential. Definitely a lot of questionable lyrics. I don't know if he wants to do this seriously or if he wants to do it as a meme. I mean, that seems to be his whole career at this point. For all of fall 2021, he just kept doing what he normally does. Streaming Omegle, scary games, some Fortnite, freaking out, dropping music, which his song Shake getting over 20 million views on YouTube, barking, chat saying the most terrible things to him. But the e-dates and IRL dating became something that his chat demanded. Watching Speed interact with girls was their new favorite thing. Probably because once the girl said something that he didn't like or they weren't into him, he would just bark, scream, or insult them, which is funny because literally nobody would react like that. But one day, Aiden Ross invited him to do an e-date with Ash Cash, and a ton of
This is the really fucked up thing that I remember, and this is probably what got him This is probably what got him banned
other
from
big
Twitch
streamers.
too.
And Speed took it too far.
Say if we're the last 2 people on Earth and we had to reproduce to make the world continue.
For the record, he's a banned streamer, but the reason why I wanted to watch this was because one, it's prescient. It's you know, he has his toxicity is you know, went viral. His toxicity got him viral again, and two, it's something that I have seen time and time again. Like, you know, it's more about the environment of streaming.
Took it too far. Him to do it.
Say if we're the last 2 people on Earth and we had to reproduce to make the world continue. No! Reproduce with me?
No, because that means our kids will have to intertwine and then their kids. No.
Who's gonna stop me?
I will.
If we're the last 2 people on Earth, who gonna stop me?
Gee,
You're not stopping me. If we the last 2 people on Earth, who gonna stop me?
Yeah, come on. Hold up, chill out. Just
Bro, she didn't even, by the way, that, I mean, that's, first of all, this rape, and secondly, she didn't even fucking say anything. Like, she literally was like, oh, well, then our kids have to do incest, and that's fucking disgusting.
You're good.
My fault.
Take a deep breath.
Tripping.
You're good.
I'm tripping. I'm thinking I'm on Omegle.
Now, this question that he asked her is a running joke that Speed does on Omegle. It's a joke that works in his community and for his chat and his fans. But as you can imagine, a lot of women don't find this joke very funny, nor do a lot of other people.
Yeah, what the fuck? I mean, that's is horrible.
Those fans who don't know Speed. Now, he got eliminated from this E-date, obviously, and he didn't like that.
Man, fuck this E-Day and fuck Aiden too, bro. God, fuck them niggas, bro. Fuck that shitty ass E-Day, bro.
He started to blame Ash Cash and Aiden, and this is where I start to question a lot of those E-dates. Do streamers actually take them seriously? I thought they were just for entertainment. Like, they weren't actually gonna get dates with any of these people. Is Speed's reaction fake? This is where Speed towing the line of what's real and what isn't becomes a little tricky for him. He took the joke too far, plain and simple. But now saying f Aiden and Ash Cash for kicking you out and that they're wrong for that? This turned into a little beef between Aiden and Speed, which again, I don't know if it's real or not. Speed's joke went viral on various social medias and had a lot of people angry. Ash Cash had a lot of words to say about it on Twitter, rightfully so, but Aiden didn't stand up for Speed because he knew he was wrong. And Speed never really addressed it again. Today, I think they're all good, and Speed hasn't really done an E-date since then, which is also probably a good thing. I think a little clarity between what is a character and what is real life would help Speed out a lot. He's going to continue to get himself in sticky situations.
Like, there's plenty of fucking people who've been able to perfect, like, even toxicity, okay, while towing a line that doesn't go above a certain fucking, it doesn't go beyond a certain level. Now, if you're a hater of those people, you will literally say, you're wrong, here's a clip or whatever, but clearly it doesn't get to this degree. XQC definitely has his moments where he's being fucking above and beyond, so it's not even like a great example, but never to this degree. Tyler 1, Dr. Disrespect as a persona that's supposed to be toxic. These guys are very good at fucking hyping up toxic attitudes or toxic personalities, but you can tell that it is still a character, and you can also recognize that it doesn't go beyond a level where you're like, you're doing low tier shit like, oh, you're a woman, go make me a sandwich. Now, part of the reason why he hasn't been able to figure this out, Hasan also gets very aggressive with chat, just saying, of course I get very aggressive with chat. The problem is he doesn't know how to fucking deal with it. Like, it's clear. He doesn't know where to stop. He doesn't know what the line is. And part of that is because he's young. Part of that is because he's also new to the space. And part of that is because, like, a lot of people are giving him positive feedback in the form of fucking money. And if you don't have, like, a decent moral compass guiding you when you're rage baiting, you're going to end up in a very weird circumstance. And you're going to literally fucking create a situation where people are shitting on you nonstop, which is already unhealthy as fuck. And also, you're going to be shitting on others that your community wants you to shit on. And you're going to be doing it in a very hurtful way and in a really bigoted fucking way. He's 16, 19, doesn't fucking matter how old he is. He's young as fuck. And also, this is new for him. I always hate that it's just a character defense is so weak. You have to remember, dude, you have to remember, we are entertainers, okay? As live streamers, we are fucking entertainers. So clearly, there's a level where you exaggerate, you know what I mean? No, let him take some responsibility. The fuck? No, I am. I do. What the fuck do you mean? This is not a defense of him, dude. This is a defense of the top of the hour ad break, though. This is not an excuse for his behavior, but this is sympathy for a content creator, no matter what, because I understand where he's coming from. I understand where content creators come from. Entertaining hundreds of thousands of people is not fucking easy. And a lot of people, instead of finding their own fucking, finding their own corridor, turn into these weird fucking creatures, basically, that just go off the whims of chat, and they basically will push him further and further into humiliating himself. And this is not a defense of him at all. Obviously, a lot of the things that he has done thus far are fucking indefensible. But because we're live streamers, you have to understand, like, our content revolves around us being real. Our content revolves around us being real. So if your persona on stream is this way, it's going to bleed into who you are in the real world, especially when you're young, and way more impressionable. Like one of the things that XUZ does well is, like, I think he has a decent moral compass. I think he has a decent moral compass when it comes to, like, not wanting people to fucking, like, shit on women, trans people, whatever. It is super fucking easy. Asmongold too. It's super easy, dude. A lot of you forget because you're only in here, but it's super fucking easy to just milk content by just shitting on trans people. It's so easy to milk content by being racist. It's so easy to milk content by shitting on women, especially in gamer spaces, okay? Like, you have to remember that. Because you're in this, like, never-ending fucking positive feedback loop, you're trapped in here in this chat, and you rarely ever go out to other communities. You don't see it. You don't see the cheap shit. It's super fucking cheap, and it's the easiest way to farm content. And a lot of these dudes, even if they were originally, aligned with people that also, what is it? Literally, spoiled in the chat. Wait, hold on. Excuse is not good with handling trans issues with his chat. I'm sorry. This is what I mean. This is when your brain is fucking broken from being in this community. Listen, dude. Hey, don't be transphobic. That's it. You say that, you're already above and beyond. If you are not actively being transphobic, that means you're literally better than 99% of content that you can find on the internet. Straight the fuck up. Sorry. I know I joke about being an LGBT foe all the time, but you are a spoiled little baby if you think that, like, it's like, what do you mean? Like, do you not see how fucking easy it is to just, like, harass trans people? Like, people literally make content out of harassing and psychotically fucking cyber stalking and doxing and ruining the lives of trans people on the internet. The fuck are you talking about? That's literally content for so many fucking people. Not on Twitch. I think it's a testament to Twitch's terms of service too. But how are they finding this entertaining, dude? Is scary. Yeah, it's scary for you because it's not for you. But, you know, a lot of people are products of their fucking upbringing. And if you live in a racist, transphobic society, then obviously a lot of people are going to be slanted towards that. So anyone that's, like, pushing against that is going to be seen as someone who is telling you the way you understand the world is wrong. And that kind of change is not easy to fucking deal with. So many more people would rather be in the comfort of, like, acceptability and continue living their lives the way that they do and continue feeling like they are correct and seek that kind of positive feedback loop that ends up shitting on trans people than anything else. God damn. Okay. Too many comfort zones, never abandoned. I mean, it's not even a great thing, to be honest. Like, that's not even, you know, I understand why people wouldn't want to go to communities like that. But, like, remember, you know, just a frame of reference is necessary sometimes to, like, fully comprehend how bad things get on the internet for all of you. So it's important for you to recognize that. Also, here's the 1 minute ad break that I totally forgot to run. But if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. Dog, whole work meeting, and we're still talking about this NBA 2K guy. This is not just about the NBA 2K guy, okay? This is about, like, toxicity on the internet. This is about, like, bigotry and how easy it is to make content off of it, like, farm content off of that shit.
if he keeps being edgy like he is. But I also understand that the lure of not knowing what's real and what isn't is exactly what makes him so interesting. But sometimes you can get lost in the character. You play it so much that you even forget who you really are. I mean, the more crazy he acts and the more his views go up and his chat rewards him, the formula is difficult to maintain because the chat doesn't really care about your well-being. They want to see you push the limits because they don't have to suffer the consequences if you go too far. I understand he's young. It's normal to make mistakes. I bet he'll look back on some clips in a few years and cringe at himself. That's totally normal. But when you're making tons of money off the same exact thing that is—
Unfortunately, even the stream has become so toxic, it's hard to watch. What do you mean? I mean, we actively deal with that, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Causing the controversy, it's hard to make a defense. He seems like a really good kid, obviously very entertaining, and not bad music either. I would hate to see him get lost in this character that he built, but I wish the best for him. And I most definitely can't knock the hustle, because 4 million subs in 1 year is insane. But maintaining that high stress, chaotic, and angry character just doesn't really seem like it can last that long. I mean, look at Roy Purdy, who built a brand of being positive, happy-go-lucky, dancing, smiling, wearing bright colors, millions of people around the world loving him for his positive energy, and even he had a tough time maintaining that. But if you want to hear more about that story, check out this video right here. Drink water, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.
So yeah, basically, I'm glad that we watched that video because it you know, showed exactly what the fuck I was talking about, which is like, this is a dude who's absolutely feeding into that fucking toxic cycle by behaving in an incredibly toxic way, specifically so that his fan base will, you know, keep giving him money, keep watching him. His raging is, 1, bad for his own mental health, but also 2, his raging is, I mean, he's like attacking other people. That's what his audience wants. And ultimately, when he's not attacking other people, they are attacking him.